I want you to first just tell us a little bit about why you called us out here.
Sure. Baylor Scott and White is excited to announce the expansion of medical services for the Brazos Valley. Over the next coming years, we'll spend over $90 million to serve the Brazos Valley. Just to give you the highlights of a few of those projects, just last week we opened a new primary care clinic right here on our hospital campus that we call the Midtown Clinic, and it has primary care as well as a wellness component, really focused on movement disorders as well as physical activity. To name the second project is all do imaging, expanded services with MRI and CT, and both of those units will provide faster scans and more detailed scans for our physicians, as well as a new camera that we call a nuclear camera to help with cardiac care. The last few projects I mentioned, this summer a whole lot of dirt will be being moved on this campus. We'll be expanding our emergency department, adding about 8,000 square feet, 10 new rooms, and a few of those rooms will be designated to trauma care. Also, we'll be adding our second medical office building to the Rock Prairie campus. It'll be about 100,000 square feet, give us the opportunity to expand medical and surgical specialties, as well as an ambulatory surgery center, and expanded sleep medicine and outpatient physical, occupational, and speech therapy services. And last but not least, in the fall of 2020, in the Wellborn community, right by the middle school, we'll open another primary care clinic. So all in all, about $90 million will be spent in the coming years to serve the Brazos Valley with expanded medical and surgical services.
Can you expand on that Wellborn clinic? You said it's going to be a family care?
Yeah, so the clinic in Wellborn, as we know, South College Station is one of our fastest growing communities, and it'll have 4 physicians servicing the south part of our community. Yeah, and that Wellborn clinic will open in the fall of 2023. Also like to tell you a little bit about some national recognitions that we've received. The care is outstanding by our team here. First, it has to do with babies. The U.S. News and World Report just recognized our hospital for best care in maternity care. Only 14 hospitals received that designation, and we are one of the 14 hospitals in the state of Texas. Second, everything to do with heart care or cardiac care. The American College of Cardiologists just recognized our hospital for the outstanding cardiac care, and only 24 hospitals were recognized in the state of Texas, and we are one of the 24 hospitals. Also, as we know, nobody wants to come to the doctor, but when they come, we want them to have a great experience. And speaking of experience, Press Ganey just recognized us for being the top 5% for patient service in our clinics. And last but not least, only 8% of the hospitals receive a designation called Magnet, and that has to do with professional nursing practice. In about 4 to 6 weeks, I can't wait to tell you that we will be Magnet designated, not just for our hospital in College Station, but our hospital in Brenham, as well as all the clinics in the Brazos Valley. So just to reassure the public that the care you receive here at Baylor Scott and White has been recognized nationally by so many organizations.
How do y'all go about figuring out what needs need to be addressed and to figure out where to expand specifically?
Yeah, to meet the needs and to expand appropriately, we look at the demographics and how things are growing appropriately, as well as just making sure we keep up with the demand of healthcare services. As we all know, coming out of the pandemic, more and more people are returning to the doctor, and we're seeing long wait times in certain areas, so we're trying to expand those services around OB, orthopedics, cardiology, just to name a few. But also we've expanded our services with digital or the app, so you can also get healthcare through a digital offering as well.
Yeah, do you feel like the Wellborn Clinic in particular was something that was maybe a little strategic, knowing that there are mostly families out there?
Sure. So we all know that to see your primary care, your family doctor, you like to be close to where you live. So that's the reason we're building clinics in different locations in Bryan, South College Station. So our Midtown Clinic right here in South College Station, but also Wellborn will serve the families in that growing community.
Yeah, you mentioned too the emergency area will be expanded. Were y'all kind of maybe pushing up at capacity, and that's one reason why y'all are expanding that area?
Absolutely. When we opened this hospital, we were just, which will celebrate 10 years this August, we were just seeing north of 20,000 patients per year. This year we'll do close to 40,000 patients through our emergency department, so that expansion is desperately needed, and that will come online in the fall of 2024.
Will there be a number of jobs that come to the area with that, and do you have maybe an estimate number that would be added?
The estimation number of jobs will be north of 100 with all these projects that I mentioned. And I will tell you that we've been blessed to have a lot of people choose Baylor Scott and White. Our vacancy rate is less than 3% right now, so we feel quite good that we will fill the needs with jobs to take care of the person who may be sick and need Baylor Scott and White for their care.
I want to touch on that growth a little bit more. You know, when we talk about growth around here, it's sometimes, catching up to the extremely fast-growing area, but also preparing for the future of growth. Are you guys catching up, or are you preparing for the future?
Are we catching up or are we preparing? I would tell you a little bit of both. Definitely catching up as we come out of this pandemic because we were so focused on COVID-19. But also, so we're catching up, but also trying to skate to where the ice hockey puck is going to be. So as I said, $90 million that'll be planned, so we're definitely going to be ready for the future growth of the great community called the Brazos Valley.